Hey everybody, come on in. Welcome to my channel, Pieces of the Puzzle. I'm going to be discussing the savages. So I'll give you guys a few more minutes to come on in. This is an unexpected live, but you guys know how I come. I never try to schedule them. So with that being said, I'm going to take a minute. Let's see. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I am your host, Hollywoodnex, presents Pieces of the Puzzle. Sorry I'm not on camera right now, but I'm just chilling on this beautiful Monday.
Red's not supposed to be green, but faith's not supposed to be seen. The sky's not supposed to touch the ground, and a square's not supposed to be round. The moon's not supposed to touch the sun, and a two is not supposed to be a one. And the heart's not supposed to weigh a ton, and forever's not supposed to be done. Winter's not supposed to come in June. And I am not supposed to have the blues. There are so many things that are not supposed to be, except you and me. There are so many things that are not supposed to be. Ooh, baby, yeah, except you and me. Night's not supposed to be long. Yeah. No one is supposed to be alone. Understanding is not supposed to be confused.
And the wind is not supposed to lose. The fire's not supposed to freeze. And the joy is not supposed to bleed. And you and I are supposed to leave.
What I said I'm not supposed to leave. He is not supposed to have your heart.
Baby, we're not supposed to be apart. There are so many things that are not supposed to be said. You and me.
There are so many things that are not supposed to be.
Hey, baby.
It seems
Just like no seasons changing. Creation.
No feelings.
For a sickness without healing. Just like a frozen spring. A bird with no wings. Just like a song in a key. That's what I feel.
Like the night skies with no stars.
A lonely broken home. No lonely hands are lost in the park.
That's how
We would have part. So many things. There are so many things. Except our love. So many things that are not supposed to be. Like having no worry. Like having no worry. Like having no rain for the sea. There are so many things that's not supposed to be. Except you and me. Baby. Yeah, yes. Baby. Yeah. Except you and me. Hey, hey, hey. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you guys had a great weekend. It has been full of information. First, before I get started, let me just shout out to Choke No Joke for all he has done and researching and bringing more pieces to the puzzle. Okay. I mean, it's not easy to get somebody who came in this fight and didn't see what we saw from the very beginning. And it didn't matter if it was then or now, even if he was first to say different about R. Kelly. We know God says the first shall be last and the last shall be first. So hey, he may have come in last, but he's definitely running in first place. So I just want to make sure I pay my homage and just say respect to Choke, because he opened up his God opened up his eyes to see all of what we have been seeing for the last past few years. So with that being said, I want to talk about the Savages. I know I'm coming on a little early because I know he is going to be covering it as well. So make sure you guys are tuned in tonight, and make sure you guys go over there, like, share, and subscribe as well if you guys haven't already. Okay. This is a serious fight, and we know that we may not have gotten the results that we were looking for in the first part of this trial with the conviction coming down the way it did. I want to say we are now officially in phase two. Okay. So let me just put down some ground rules of things that we should not be doing in phase two. We should not be doing the things that we did in phase one and phase two. There was a lot of conflict of interest. There was just a lot of stuff that was happening on social media that in reality, it never ever should have even took place. I know that I had my share of doing things that I shouldn't have done, but when you know better is when you can do better. So I'll just say in phase one, first time, shame on them. Now we're in phase two. If it happens again, it will be shame on me. I am dedicated to this fight. I am motivated. I am here. I am armored up. I got my helmet on. I got my soldier boots on. And I'm asking the true supporters of Robert Sylvester Kelly to do the exact same. Okay. I am growing every day into more wisdom, more knowledge, and more understanding. And again, whatever happened in the past is not our future. God said it, and guess what? I believe it. So now I'm going to be playing an audio for you guys from just listening to the Savages have a sit down with their attorney, and their attorney was Gerald Griggs, or still may currently be Gerald Griggs. Okay. And so in this audio, we're going to listen to how the narrative was put in place, okay, for this disruption of what we are seeing today. So I'm trying to get to my library so I can present it to you guys. And I found it. So with that being said, let's get right on into this information that I'm going to present to you guys. So it's going to be a breakdown. This is audio of the Savages having a sit down with the pastor, Jamal Bryant. Some of you guys may have seen it. Some of you guys may have heard it. But for the newcomers, and just to continue to bring out the information so that we collectively can present all this information to change the narrative to the actual truth, because a lot of people have been deceived. A lot of people have been hoodwinked and bamboozled. Okay. If we're in this fight, we need to be in this fight the right way. Okay. Yes, I am an independent blogger who does her own thing. I created this brand, Pieces of the Puzzle, so that I can put together pieces of a puzzle, one piece at a time. Everybody who comes to my platform is welcome to bring your pieces, because collectively, as a whole, the puzzle can come together in its completion. We are getting there. We're making some noises here. We're exposing things that we've already exposed prior in 2019. But now that we are coming into this new marking where we have to put everything out here. We got to fight like we have never fought before in our life. So I'm telling you, if you guys are not for the fight, if you guys are for tearing down and trying to do the psyops, trying to do what Malcolm X has stated years ago in the in back in the days when he said the whole mentality of the United States is to turn one against the other. What we're not going to do is participate in the psyops and turning one against the other. If anybody have personal issues with one another, keep the personal issues to yourself and let's focus on what we are here for. I'm going to ask you guys a question before I even play this audio. Are y'all here for R. Kelly or are you here for pieces of the puzzle? Because if you hear from me, then you come to the wrong platform because this platform is about R. Kelly and getting the information out to the people for the people. Okay. Because I'm about the Black Panther Party and the movement. If you guys did not see that this past weekend when I was out at the 55th anniversary and the opening of the Black Panther founder, which is Chairman Fred Hampton Sr., okay? But his son is the overseer, okay, of the whole entire foundation along with his mother. So salute to the Panthers, salute to the Black Panther Party, and salute to everybody that is in this chat fighting for justice. We need justice. And when do we need it? We need it right now. Okay. So like Fred Hampton would say, Junior, the Cubs are here. Some of us may be Cubs. Some of us may just be the Panthers. But either way, whoever, whichever, we're here. And what we are going to do is continue to get this information out to the people, for the people, so that we can help free Robert Sylvester Kelly. He is being locked up unjustly. He is being locked up off of he say, she say. He is being locked up because of people wanted to get greedy and jealous and envious of what the good of what he has been doing. Let's talk about a few things that Robert Sylvester Kelly has done for the people in the city of Chicago alone. Not even going outside the country and his contributions to those people, but what he's done in his own community. He has covered funeral costs. He has donated. He has done charity basketball. He has a line of list of things he has done for his community. Now, whether you from Chicago or outside of Chicago in another city, state, or wherever you may be right now in the world, just think about all of what he has done just in his community. He stayed in Chicago when he could have went Hollywood on them and acted as if he was better. He didn't feel he was better. He felt equal to everybody, just as I feel equal to you all. You know why I feel equal? Because we all have the same 24 hours in a day. We all got the same 7 days a week. One thing we may do different is what we do with our time. Okay. So if you put in the time, you will see your results. It's just like going to the gym and you're working out. You don't see your results that same day, but you know you worked out and your body is sweating and you're feeling some type of tension and some type of pain and things from the workout. So it's the same thing is in the maybe a week or two later, you start seeing your results like, oh my God, it's really working. So that's what we're doing. We are working out and we're going to work it out until we get the results that we're looking for. We will not be bullied. We will not be harassed. We will not be intimidated. We will not be threatened. And we will not be falling short of what God is doing for us in this fight for Robert Sylvester Kelly. I do not take all no credit. I can only tell you what I have personally done, but it does not take away from what everyone has done. Whether you are part of this channel or not, I just want to say to you guys, salute to all of y'all, because with your comments and your support, whether you hit the like button, whether you donate to the Cashapp, whether you are just chanting wherever you may be, free R. Kelly. This is for us. We are doing this collectively. We may be individually putting it together, but I promise you it's going to come together as one whole, as it's starting to do now. We're seeing changes. We're seeing more people listen to us. People are hearing us. And for us to get choked, to literally say, R. Kelly is not guilty. He's not guilty of the charges that he is facing. He's not guilty of this particular situation. That's huge. We shall all be glad and rejoiceful in the moment, and rather than trying to not support one another. Some people jumps the gun. Some people puts their foot in their mouth. And like myself, I had done that 2 times during the trial, and I had to publicly apologize because I jumped the gun. But now you live and you learn. So One time wasn't on me. If it happens again, shame on me. I will not be shamed. I won't shame R. Kelly because I support. I did reach out to his attorneys, which is my mechanic. So shout out to Devereaux Mechanic, aka my mechanic. I will tell you guys, Mr. Kelly is very, very proud that he has the fan base, the support that he has. He knows what we're out here doing. He is very aware of what we're doing, and he sends nothing but love to each and every one of us. Okay, now that's coming straight out of the horse's mouth through what they say, a third party is not creditable. So 2 + 2, if you tell me the answer is 4, that means you're not creditable. I like those scenarios. So at the end of the day, shout out to Kales. He knows we're supporting. And we're going to continue to support. So with that being said, thank you to everybody that is in the chat right now. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. If you're new to this channel, please take the time out before I start the commentary. Go out, hit the like button, and subscribe if you have not already. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and get started in this commentary because again, some of you may have heard it, some are new, and we want to make sure the new people hear what we already heard and what we already know, because we are changing the narrative. We are showing the truth. We're bringing the facts, the evidence, as well as transcripts, and me personally, my personal notes that I handwritten myself during the trial. Let's go.
Smart lawyer, any lawyer that's credible, and I'm not saying she's not, but she's any lawyer that's credible will give you their name, their first and last name, and a contact. That's all she had to give me. She would not even look at me herself. Remember, Rob only trusts women. She had a woman attorney.
So I'm gonna pause it right there because he's speaking about Nicole Blank Becker. I guess he tried to he got in contact with her, and I guess he was trying to ask her name and her contact information, and he wanted a business card. So what he is doing is putting out the narrative that R. Kelly only trusts women. So he's trying to put this negative narrative out here as if he's only trying to trust women, which I highly doubt it, because he had a host of men employees who worked for him during his duration of being who he is and who he will always be to us, which is that iconic, that living legend, the one and only king of R&B, Robert Sylvester Kelly.
He got a male attorney. My attorney will answer that. The only reason why, because he's forced in that situation.
And so I'm going to pause it right there, because he's putting out negativity and lies by saying his attorney is going to clear up things, but Mr. Kelly only hired male attorneys because of an image that he's trying to uphold. So again, these are the people who got Mr. Kelly convicted. These are the narratives that they put out here that people listen to because they didn't use common sense, like Robert Sylvester Kelly stated. He said, use your common sense. And I don't think a lot of people use them, because if they did, he would not be convicted today. But promise you, change is going to come. God don't leave nor forsake.
So we get there. I'm sitting outside, me and Jonathan. I said, look, this is how we're going to play this. I'm going to go downstairs because for one reason or another, I asked the bell. I said, is any other way out of here? He said, no. They're in the conference room. It's the only way out is through them front doors. I went downstairs. Me and her brother went downstairs, and my daughter's boyfriend went downstairs. The whole family there. The grandmother, my wife, my other daughter, everybody's there. So when we come out, Jocelyn comes out. When she comes out, she's forced to go upstairs to the restroom. If I'm correct, my wife is still trying to talk to her, and she still would not talk to my wife. Whoa.
I want to pause that because he is complaining that the female attorney wouldn't talk to his wife. Now, if you're representing a client, why would she talk to your wife when she has the job to take care of her responsibility of the client, not to the family? So if you didn't pay this woman, how you expect her to communicate with you? And even if she did communicate with you, she's only privileged to confidentiality through her client. She cannot share any information with you. So therefore, she did exactly what she was supposed to do because she's in alignment with her duties as an attorney. And you guys were forcing yourselves upon this attorney and trying to make people communicate with you who don't want to. So, and this is something that you see every day on social media. People have the right to communicate with who they choose to, but you don't have to go on and slander anyone the way the Savages is doing, because this seems to be a trend. And then it starts putting connections together. And then my mind works in a way where I'm putting pieces together and I'm saying, wait a minute, does this piece go with this puzzle? Is these people affiliated and associated? Because we do know that people have been put in place to come and disrupt and dismantle Robert Sylvester Kelly's support system.
For these men, what it has been for you as a father, a natural provider and protector, to have to be cut off from your child. I mean, how many men in here have daughters? I love my daughter. I took her to school every day. I picked her up from school every day. And for your daughter, now it's just not my daughter, it was multiple women.
I'm going to stop this right here, because what he is saying is that he picked up his daughter every day from school. Now, this is at the time a 19-year-old who is an adult at this point. And if rather you taking her to and from school or not, you was probably just privileged to do that, because most 19-year-olds don't need to be held hand at the age of 19. And actually some is younger than 19, think they grown and don't need to be held their hand. So you're complaining because your adult daughter is 19 and she stopped suddenly allowing you to pick her up from school. We're going to get into the purpose of it, but it's the narrative that this family has put out here that has gotten Mr. Kelly convicted. And the mother is taking joy in all of this because of her post that she has been posting up in her Instagram platform.
The young ladies, from kids to young ladies, that's how he said he raised them.
And let me pause it, because he was putting out this lie about kids and how he raised them. This is their narrative. This is what they've been putting out to the people. This isn't true. This is not facts. This is all about money coming from the Savages. If you go back and you look at Jonjalin's Instagram, she even says in her Instagram, you guys are trying to benefit, and I'm paraphrasing here. You guys are trying to benefit off of what I've done for 6 years with your money grabs. So why don't y'all hit my Cash App? And the link is in the bio. That's her words. Go to her platform, check it out for yourself. And I'll also post a photo of it in my community area as well as on Twitter.
Change their mindset. So when he changed their mindset, they're not to talk to no man whatsoever. They get in a cab, he re-raised them.
So now the mother is telling the father, saying he re-raised them. First of all, you cannot re-raise nobody. Once you get a certain age, you are set in those ways. Only thing you can do is get better, but you can't be re-raised. So at the fact that this was the narrative that they have put out here is just so sickening to even hear them get on these platforms and put out all these lies, all because of their jealousy. They're envious of their child, because that's a jealous parent that will go on a rant and say these things about their child. And we've heard the Savages discuss Mr. Kelly can have her. He just got him a wife. That's his words, not mine. I only bring out what people say, not what I have to say. My opinion is always my opinion, and I will always identify it when it is my opinion. But in this matter, this is what they're telling to the people.
Raise them. So they're not allowed to talk to no man.
Again, he's telling more lies. What assumptions he's making? His assumptions is an assumption, because if you don't have a fact and you're just saying this, then it's just water under the bridge. Where's your receipts? What do you have to prove that this is what it is? And I can't believe, again, the United States of America convicted Robert Sylvester Kelly off of hearsay, he say, she say, I don't recall, I don't remember, without any type of presented evidence or facts to go along with it. You can line up 20 people if you want to sing the same song, but if they ain't got no facts and no evidence, then all of them, to me, as far as I'm concerned, and again, this is my opinion, they are liars.
To go and bow their head if any man comes up. If I'm sitting there, if she's sitting there talking to anybody, if a man comes up, the man must talk to her handler. They have handlers. A handler is somebody who controls them when the predator is not around.
And let me pause it, because you're calling Mr. Kelly a predator prior to conviction when he was never convicted. And still, even now with his conviction, he was not convicted of any type of rape charges. He was not convicted of statutory nothing. So the fact that you would even put the stigma and the stain on the man by saying these things, you're making the world look at him different. And that right there is defamation of character. We, the people, for the people, we gonna do something about what's been done and what they are doing. And the fact that they're trying to come out with a new docuseries to try to market themselves because of this conviction, it just goes to show it's all about the money. It's all about the money.
What is significant, gentlemen, is both of the young ladies come from two-parent households, which defies the stereotype that those who are being trafficked don't come from a stable family environment or absent from any spiritual grounding, when both families come from that as whole.
Absolutely. Yes.
Attorney.
Before he get into the attorney, I'm just going to say this. It doesn't matter if you come from a two-parent home or one-parent home. It's all about what you parent to your child. If you're not being a parent to your child and you're not parenting them in the manner that they're going to grow up in, then you cannot say it's because they came from a two-parent home that they ran off and did what they did. It's unfortunate that people are using two-parent homes to justify the actions of these young women. So at the end of the day, I disagree with rather you come from a two-parent home. To me, it's about the parenting. Parent starts at home. You are your child's first teacher. You are your child's first preacher. You're your child's first everything. What they get from you is what they can go off and do. Yeah, we may astray and try to get rebellious, but we know in the back of our minds what we can and can't do. And once that seed has been planted, you got to sit back and watch it grow. Time heals all wounds and time reveals everything. So at the end of the day, I disagree with the statement about the two-parent homes, because you can be in a one-parent home. If you ain't parenting your child right, that child will go astray and be out there in them streets, no different from being in a two-parent home. And this is living proof something went wrong in that home, in those homes, that caused these girls to not want to go back and look for love, maybe for them, and not the right places that they may have wanted them to be in. But hey, who's gonna knock somebody that meets a superstar, a living legend, an iconic king of R&B? I mean, the opportunity knock on that door, I'm sure a lot of people would have opened it up as well. So to say that he was searching for somebody to victimize, to me, bullshit. He didn't look for them. They came looking for him. Just like Malcolm X said, I didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on me.
I want you to talk about the legal hurdles that you had to go through in order to get to the point where we are now.
Well, I mean, we face a gamut of legal hurdles. First and foremost, the first question was whether or not these women were overage.
Let's pause it. Let's pause it. Because the first question is, were these women of legal age? And I backed it up a few seconds just so I can play it again in its entirety without my interruption.
Gamut of legal hurdles. First and foremost, the first question was whether or not these women were overage. And once it was determined that they were of age when they met him, we faced a host of issues.
They were overage. They were overage. He just said it clear as day. They were overage. So what's the problem here? Now you gotta lie, change the narrative, get these people convinced that he is a monster and that he is what y'all say he is, because y'all said it and the USA believed it. So unfortunate. The USA failed Robert Sylvester Kelly.
And said 3 years ago when they came in my office, after he called me, I first started to strategize, how can I help? Because legally there weren't too many options. But what we had to do was destroy the narrative that's been surrounding this individual and many cases like this, that these are women that no one cares for, that these are women that no one will fight for. And so we took a outside the box approach and we started to destroy the narrative. We had to convince men and women across the country to believe what was going on.
So basically, they had to lie. They had to convince men and women all over the country of this lie that they put out here. Oh, Mr. Kelly is telling them to hold their heads down. Oh, Mr. Kelly is telling them they gotta piss in a bucket. Oh, Mr. Kelly is telling them they gotta knock on the doors and the walls and they can't come out unless he gives them permission. These is the narrative that the savages, as we hearing from his attorney, has put in place, along with reaching out to the federal government with more of their lies. And then when you get liar daddy on there, then they all together collectively work this out to get the lies spent, because it was the two parents. And like he said, had he known this 3 years prior when they first came into his office, maybe the ones who was above age allegedly would have probably been underage, had they wouldn't have had this uphill battle. So they figured out a way to be manipulative, to lie, to cheat, and basically steal everything Mr. Kelly had in his life from him to get a conviction that's not just.
By taking apart the easy predation that's going on right in front of your eyes. So my hat's off to the savages for opening their eyes. And I mean, they've taken a lot of grief, a lot of unnecessary attacks to get to the point, and threats to get to the point they are. But what we had to do was to change the minds of prosecutors, to change the minds of people in the industry, and to ultimately bring Mr. Kelly to justice. And now he's facing 4 indictments for the situation that women have always said for the last 20 years.
So I'm going to pause it because that's where he ends at. So again, he just told what they did. This is evidence of the conspiracy that was conspired against Robert Sylvester Kelly. If you're liking this content, go out, hit the like button, and make sure if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. We got to get ourselves to that mainstream media. We're going to go through every avenue. We're going to reach out to every person who is in denial that Mr. Kelly is guilty, and it's time to actually take back the narrative that they put out there, and let's put the truth out there, because the truth will set you free. And that's what's going to ultimately set R. Kelly free, is the truth, nothing but the truth. What these women got under oath, and they all lied. None of them told the truth.
And one thing that one of the young ladies asked her, Larry, that just recently left a few months ago. She said, I asked her, did she ever talk about her family? She said, no, because that would be disrespectful to him. And he felt that that was disrespectful to him to speak about their family. And if they did, they would get beat.
So this is why the narrative is the way it is, because of Jonjolin and her no good husband sat there and put these lies out there and said what Azriel hearsay, because that's not what was said in court. Okay, the facts that came out in court was that she was in communications with her parents, and you even saw it on the Shabazz documentary for those who saw Presidents. Okay, she was in communication. She said, don't lie and say that I didn't communicate with you. I did talk to you. Every time I will call your wife, I have to hear yelling and bickering. So at the end of the day, tell the truth and shame the devil. And so now we're going to continue to reach these platforms. If you guys know of other platforms who are in denial, they got the greater numbers, please send the information to me so I can start personally reaching out to them, because we got to get the truth out there. We can't keep this lie going and allowing these savages to try to continue to let them be the money grabbers, because these are the ones that's grabbing for the bag. Okay, they're money hungry. Their attention for fame is just ridiculous, because they've always had that that sense of wanting the attention and wanting to be attention seekers. These people have been on talk shows, if you guys have seen in the past, that I have presented to you guys before. They have been in commercials. They have tried everything they can to get on somebody's platform and wanting to be at the head of it. Now they're casting calls for sex trafficking and things of that nature. I mean, are they even near serious? Okay, so this is what we need to do as a whole. But again, we're all individual. We're all on our own. We only can do what we can, and we can bring them together and put them on the table, and let's put these pieces together one piece at a time. I don't want to end my life so short and so soon, so I'll give you guys a chance to speak on what I'm speaking on in the chat, and we're going to look forward to Choke No Jokes live tonight, and I will continue to piggyback off of the things that's being said and done over there, and we're going to continue to bring everything we have down here as well to get it up to other people as well. We're not going to stop at one platform. We're going to reach all platforms until we get to that mainstream media. So I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing behind the scene, and I'm going to bring it to you guys like I said I would. And so if you guys have any comments or you think you want to add something that we should be knowing about and be aware of, let's put that information in the platform. Let's share this video, like this video. And if you're new, please subscribe to this channel. Donations are accepted. Wait, my call was coming in and out. Okay, now I'm back. So, like I said, donations are accepted. Big or small, it's all appreciated. It's going to go to the continued research and information that we can get. Now, someone did ask in my comment section, what can we do now? What can we do now? From my understanding, after speaking with some people, it is a great idea to put out positive information. Do not go and attack the judge. Do not attack, don't disrespect. Let's put some respect on the judge. If you guys want to send letters to the judge right now, some characteristics letters, just speaking positive about Mr. Kelly, then I would suggest you guys do that. You send it to Judge Don Annaly, but again, no disrespect. We're not talking about anything but positivity about how you feel about Mr. Kelly, and just submit these letters and let's get positivity out. We got to stay out of the way of the lawyers. We cannot do what the lawyers is doing for the benefit of him, but all we can do is continue to support. Write letters to Mr. Kelly, show your support, continue to show your love, and let him know that he is not alone. That's encouraging, and that's going to continue to uplift him to know that we out here fighting. Let him know we still fighting. The fight ain't over until he walk about those doors. So I'm going to read the comment. It says, it's time for the media who put a one-sided story out there to investigate the truth. They all heard the facts and the evidence. That is very true, babe, because they have heard it. They were in the courtroom and they did spin a one-sided narrative. That's why no one heard what was happening in the courtroom unless myself and others put it out there. So it had not been for us, then we never would have gotten the both sides of the fence or the coin of what was happening in that courtroom. We would have looked at it the way the public is looking at it, the media is looking at it, and the world is looking at it as if he's guilty. So it's up to us to keep fighting this fight. Let's put this information out there. Let's get it out there immediately, and reach out to the media investigators unit and let them know that you guys have evidence, facts, receipts that you can present and show them what has happened to this man. We can change the narrative, but it's going to take us collectively as individuals, yet coming together as a whole and presenting what we have to the mainstream media. We can do it. We know the judge, something up with the judge. We get all of that, but right now, because time is not on our side, next year is going to get here so fast. We gonna wish we did what we talking about now then. So regardless of how we may feel about the judge, yeah, I even feel some type of way. Y'all, I'm sure y'all feel some type of way, but we got to take our feelings out of this, and we got to fight for him like you would fight for yourself and your loved one and your child. So let's reach out, let's get the information to them, and let's just be positive when you write the judges, write positive letters, characteristics of what you guys saw Mr. Kelly and things that he has done. Let's remind them, because I believe they have really and truly forgotten. Now, as far as your local news stations, reach out to your local news stations investigative unit and let them know that you have information to show a conspiracy. We got to put this information out there, because if we don't do this, sentencing day is going to come, and we want to see change. And the only way we can see change is if we make change happen. We know this. So this is the information up on the screen where you guys can write to, let me see, who is this? Encourage letters, envelopes must be white. Yes, thank you for that information. I do appreciate it so much, Monet. So that's what we need to do. We need to write the letters. This is one directly to R. Kelly. Okay, this is his information, and definitely make sure the envelope is white, as you can see, because there is stipulations if you try to, have anything different than the color that they accepting. So that is a fact. That is true. So let's see. So if you guys need to jog that information down, it's right there. I'm gonna remove it from the screen temporarily, so that I can highlight the welcoming to everybody that's here on the platform. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys that has come on the platform today, and just in the chat, hitting the like button, subscribing, and sharing this video, because it's very important that we get all this positive information out here. So my focus has always been, always will be, the vindication and the release of Robert Sylvester Kelly until he is freed, until free R. Kelly is said backwards. We're gonna keep fighting this fight. It ain't over, y'all. It ain't over. So I want y'all to know change is coming, and vindication is near. R. Kelly is gonna come home. Good afternoon. I see you in the chat, Debo. Shout out to Deboski. We appreciate you. Babe said Choke No Joke is doing a great job with his investigation on what we have learned. Hold on. With every blogger, get on top of the things that needs to be done. Yes, we have to. If you guys is for R. Kelly, I'm for R. Kelly. Let's stick together, as we are here for the same common ground, same common reason, which is Robert Sylvester Kelly. He is the denominator that brought us together. So let us fight together, and let us do it the right way, and not fight one another, but yet let's fight for what we are here for, and that's exposing these people who has put him in the situation that he is in. R. Kelly should not be in nobody's jail cell. He has been locked up for over 2.5 years, and this is just ridiculous. We see it. I seen it for myself, being a witness in that courtroom. I'm the eyes and the ears that heard and seen the things that I seen and heard in that courtroom, and I'm going to continue to put it out there so we the people can be aware of what's happening, so that we can get more information out. And anything that I feel we can do, I will present it to you guys. And if there's anything you guys that you feel can be done, present it to me, present it to Deboski's, present it to Choke No Joke. Let's get it to the people that's here for the fight. We don't got time to waste no more going back and forth doing the things we did in 2019 and maybe some of 2020. We are in the time he just was convicted. We never thought this was going to happen. I didn't see it coming. Y'all didn't see it coming. Y'all heard me read those notes every day, lunchtime updates, and in the evening time updates, and bring it to you guys every prosecution question and witness answer, and cross-examination questions, and witnesses answers. And there's no way the information that I put out there should have came back this way. So we need to be uproar. We need to be in a rage. We should be upset. We should be outraged right now. We should be marching these streets. We should be coming together, not tearing each other down or apart, or being jealous and envious because one person is doing something that the other one don't want to do because they ain't trying to do it. So at the end of the day, we ain't got time to worry about he say, she say. That's right there got R. Kelly guilty. What we need to be worrying about is what is the facts. Stay on your 10 toes. Be held accountable for what you do and not what nobody else do. Carry your weight as you should, as we all should, and let's put these pieces on the table and let's bring them together one piece at a time. That's my time. I love each and every one of you guys. I hope to see everybody in the chat tonight on Choke No Joke. Let's support one another. See somebody in the chat you know, you recognize, shake a hand, meet a friend, and let's continue to network in this social media world. Let's get this information to the mainstream media while we changing one person as one piece at a time. I'm your host, Hollywood Next, Sexy Pieces, Sexy Next. We here together and we gonna do this right. Pieces. Free R.Kelly. That's what I'm yelling over here. Always yelling free kills. I'm very sincere about my support for Robert Sylvester Kelly. Nothing else matters. Not the way it's supposed to be. Free kills. Not now, but right now. Hashtag free kills. Free them all.
Red's not supposed to be green. Fate's not supposed to be seen. The sky's not supposed to touch the ground. And a square's not supposed to be round. The moon's not supposed to touch the sun. And a two is not supposed to be a one. And the heart's not supposed to weigh a ton. And forever's not supposed to be done. Winter's not supposed to come in June. And I am not supposed to have the blues. There are so many things that are not supposed to be. Except you and me. There are so many things that I'm not supposed to be. Ooh, baby. Yeah, except you and me. Night's not supposed to be long. Yeah. No one is supposed to be alone. Understanding is not supposed to be confused. And the wind is not supposed to lose. Like fire's not supposed to freeze. But like joy is not supposed to grieve. Like you are not supposed to leave. What I said I'm not supposed to mean. He's not supposed to have your heart. Baby, we are not supposed to be apart. There are so many things that are not supposed to be said. You and me. There are so many things that are not supposed to be. Hey, baby. It seems just like no seasons changing. This earth with no creation, no heart, no feelings, or a sickness without a healing. Just like a frozen spring, or a bird with no wings. Just like a song out of key, sounding like a bee. Like the night skies with no stars, a lonely road, no home to heaven walks in the dark. That's how we were far. There are so many things, yeah, except love. So many things that are not supposed to be. Like having no every, like having no earth, like having no rain for the sea. There are so many things that's not supposed to be, not supposed to be, except you and me, baby. Yeah, yeah, baby.